A lot of
I
them
know.
today.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them today. A lot of stuff coming up tomorrow. And hey, everybody, welcome to the Daily Fish Remote. We are coming to you from Las Vegas, where Fish is, and I am in the Myrtle Beach area. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm actually on River's Edge Golf Course. This is the 18th hole here. And Fish, I have a Bloody Point Bloody Mary, the remedy, because after New Year's Eve, you need the remedy. There's no doubt about it. So anyway, cheers to you. Happy New Year, pal.
Back at you. I just had a wonderful, wonderful busy shift.
I
Very
bet.
busy, very lively. Chuck's Tavern was rocking, so a lot of oyster shots went out last night. People had a good time, you know, and
how,
it
how
was a
late
lot
were
of
you
fun.
working?
Say again.
How late were you working?
I went in about 11:30, and I got off about. I got off when two strippers came over, but other than that, I got off about nine
And a
hours
great,
later.
yeah.
9 hours
It
later, I
was,
had a Bailey's and coffee with some people that hung out there, and we talked about our show and the great bowl games that we have today, John. And right now, we had Iowa and Kentucky coming up, Oklahoma
yep,
State, Notre Dame, the Rose Bowl. I know your wife's involved. Is very interested in that between Utah's first trip to the
yeah,
Rose Bowl, Ohio State, big,
yeah.
and then Baylor and Ole Miss. But was really was kind of very very depressing to me was how bad those playoff games. Talk about what's your take on those playoff games yesterday?
Well, for me, Georgia is now my favorite. You and I had both picked Michigan as an upset, and I really thought Michigan was on a roll, but obviously Georgia certainly took the time of those 3 weeks to figure things out and to change that devastating loss that they took to Alabama in the SEC championship game. To me, I thought since he played okay, I kind of thought that's how the game was going to turn out. I thought Alabama did a good job. Were they better than Georgia? No, I would say Georgia was better yesterday. And I think Georgia's defense began to remind me of the defense I saw back in September and October and what was missing in the SEC championship game. So, we've gone through so many ebbs and flows, not only with college football, with pro football as well. And you see teams that are coming on and you see teams that are falling off, see teams that are coming back. I think Georgia's coming back. So right now, I would say, and I know they're a 2.5-point favorite, something we're going to talk to Hardison about when we get on the show on Tuesday. But I see Georgia as the favorite now. I think Georgia wins the game. They kind of remind me of what I saw before. What are you seeing?
I agree. I was really not happy with Michigan's cockiness, their brashness, their trash talking, the shirts they wore. The North will take care of the South. Idiots. You know, if our good friend John Hyatt was writing the script of this show, he'd say idiots across for the way Michigan handled their demeanor. But again, we talk about this on the show as far as sometimes in the grind and sometimes in the fishies that the guys that are doing the game yesterday for the Alabama game are old 1983 draft pick in the first round, Todd Blackledge, that no one ever talks about. It's always Marino Elway and Jim Kelly. And Sean McDonough, a guy that I love. It's 27-6 Alabama with 6 minutes to go, and they did something you never do. McDonough says, Todd, Cincinnati is a great fourth quarter team. You never know if they can come. They might come back. And I'm like, so
keeping the ratings
get
up.
into what we expect and what we're going to see, and all the expectations for Daily Fish. I'm very excited. So are you for 2022. Tomorrow's NFL slate, John, is we're 2 weeks away from the playoffs, and I'll let you take it from here. We still have double-digit teams, 22 teams still alive for the playoff spots, and that's huge.
I would say the playoffs have already started because these games are so monumental. I've got 3 games that I'm looking at, and I'll throw them out at you. The Titans and the Dolphins, the Chiefs, Bengals, the Cardinals at the Cowboys, actually 4 games. I got the Raiders at the Colts. Those are the 4 I'm really concentrating on. I may have missed 1 or 2 that might have significance, but the Titans game, certainly with the Dolphins on that win streak, and then the Titans, and again, I picked the Titans to go to the Super Bowl. So I think that's a huge game to see if the Dolphins can continue that streak. I think I picked the Titans. I think when we were picking, if we did pick them last week. So I think I picked the Titans. What's your take on that game?
I love it. I think it's extremely intriguing. We're going to see Miami's beaten the Jets twice. They've beaten Houston. Now they're coming up against a big boy. And I love the Titans. No one's talking about the Titans because the Kansas City Chiefs are on fire right now, and they get a big test when they go into Cincinnati. You're concentrating on the Titans and the Dolphins. That Kansas City Chief going to the Cincinnati game. If Cincinnati wins that
Yeah.
game, people will take them serious going to the playoffs. I'm
Yeah.
looking at another game. Okay, yeah, the Raiders in Indianapolis. And by the way, everyone in COVID protocol and both teams should be able to play. I think Wentz is going to pass it tomorrow. Most of what I'm hearing, most of the Raiders will, so we'll have a good game. The Raiders are
Okay.
alive for the playoffs for the first time in a long, long time, and they don't have to worry about. And if they beat the Colts, they don't have to worry about looking over the scoreboard watching in Week 18. John, they just beat the Chargers. They're in, so like that gets this Raider Nation and back of me excited.
Yeah.
But another game, and I know it doesn't mean it means a lot to your wife and your mother-in-law. This is Ben Roethlisberger's last game in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And they played the Browns, and they could knock the Browns out of the playoff. Pittsburgh's got a minute chance of making the playoffs. The other games you got going on, Arizona's got a 3-game losing streak. Dallas, I thought, had a chance, John, to catch Green Bay for the home field advantage, but Kirk Cousins, unvaccinated, got COVID. Now Sean Mannion, I remember him at Oregon State,
Yeah.
a great quarterback. Green Bay wins one of their next two, they get home field advantage. So a lot of that drama goes away.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of drama tomorrow watching these games. I agree with you. I think the Cowboys may be the team to beat, believe it or not. I think they're strong. I see them on the D line and the O line. They just look very, very powerful. The Chiefs, to me, and again, I had the Chiefs in the beginning of the season. Not the Chiefs, I'm sorry, the Cardinals. I had them in the beginning of the season as, I think this is the team that's, and now they're, along with the Patriots, have kind of done the complete opposite of what we expected, even 4 or 5 weeks ago. So there's some fun dynamics that are going on, and obviously, the COVID has a lot to do with it. But I think also just the season itself has been so dramatic. I think the parity in the league is phenomenal. Sometimes the games aren't the best of games, but they're drama. They're good drama. And I just think it's a ton of fun. So I'm really excited about it. What's interesting too, Fish, and you kind of raised this point the other day, the USFL is going to be playing in the spring. There's a lot of young third-string quarterbacks. There's a lot of quarterbacks who are on the practice squad are getting their shot now. They could be playing in the spring once the USFL launches. So I'm going to be watching that. And I know you and I are going to talk about that in shows down the road. But yeah, I think there's some cool stuff going on over the next day or two. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. What I'm more excited about, I'll ask you first. I'll go to you. What are you excited about the expectations for Daily Fish in 2022? Because we got some exciting stuff coming up and some exciting guests. Go. Shoot.
Through the roof. I mean, we've got next week, we've got Ann Liguori, TV and radio host. She was first woman on WFAN, one of the premier sports radio stations that's in New York City. It's really one of the great ones. She's been on there. She's played in a ton of celebrity golf events with me. But more importantly, she's done interviews with people like Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams. And who she's going to talk about with us is John Madden, who just passed away. So she's got some thoughts on that. So we've got that. We've got speed skater. Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Dan Jansen's coming on the show.
Dan Jansen's coming on the show. Absolutely. And we've got a number of guests coming up. Ricky Williams, former NFL player, is going to be coming on the show. So we've got a lot of things lined up. Going back to your question, what's fascinating to me is what we're beginning to see on the show is what happened last Tuesday when we had the bartenders on there. Our show was seen live in so many bars, not only across Vegas, but across the country, of people seeing us and actually having this as entertainment. And again, we do it on Tuesday night for a reason, because there's not a lot of games on. So this way you can talk about stuff and you can get the stuff that you want to hear about, not only from us, but also we got the entertainment, we got Hardison. So to me, I think we're beginning to go through the roof, Fish. And, a lot of people are talking about us and a lot of people are talking to us about some things. So hopefully this thing's taking off as much as we think it is. What do you think?
Well, there's some negativity. People want to see more of you and less of me, so I might do the next show and just hear my voice. If they say I sound a lot in diction and fast talking like Adam Schefter, so if you just say it's Fish Schefter talking, and that's that. But
I
well,
don't
I'm
think so.
excited about some new formats that are coming around. We're gonna focus. We're always gonna focus on sports, entertainment. But we got. I'm just gonna plug it right now. We got a new segment coming in early February called Heidi's Hollywood, and we're gonna have inside scoop and great digs and drama on what's going on inside Hollywood. Sort of Rona Barrett style, like gossip, and that's going to add another little bullet to the show.
Well, and I think what's great about it is it's not only going to be inside Hollywood, but it's going to be inside, television, inside film, and it's not just in Hollywood anymore. It's all over the place. We got so much streaming, and as we've done on the show, we do our binge and book, so we talk about binge watching. We're going to get even more stuff for you out there to find out what's going on, and it's cool. I'm really excited about Heidi coming on board with us. So we're going to have not only action-packed with great guests, but we're going to have just a ton of great information and fun information that we think you're not going to get anywhere else. We're going to give you different perspectives, and that's what's so cool about it. But yeah, I'm pumped.
Before I let you go, what do you got planned today? Anything? I'll go first. I'm going to sit with my wife. We made homemade pizza. We're going to watch some bowl games. 32 years. I'm gonna beg for some sex. She's gonna say no. Then I'll go in the other room, and do what I have to do, and then watch more bowl games. And that's what you do. Then you fall asleep at 7 o'clock. You wake up at midnight. You beg for sex. It's amazing. It's sort of like Groundhog's Day with me. But then when Sunday hits, it's the NFL. Oh my God! Stay away from everything. Leave me alone. Man cave.
I'm going to be doing probably similar. I've got a nice dried salami here with some Asiago cheese. We'll be enjoying that. We're making some mushrooms right now. So it's kind of our tradition to kind of sit around, watch the bowl games, and just kind of relax, decompose. But for the most part, yeah, that's what we're doing. And then tomorrow we're going to be headlong into everything we just talked about, what's going on in the NFL. So it's kind of a decomposing day for me. Last night we were out with some friends in a quiet, it was like 3 or 4 couples at a house. So we were not in the maniac stuff that you had to deal with, that's for sure. So our decomposing is probably not as much of a decomposing as we need to. But yeah, for the most part, that's it. And then just diving into Daily Fish for the rest of the start of the year, and it's going to be good. So yeah, I'm just enjoying myself, having a remedy.
Look at you,
Bloody Mary.
I'm the heathen, upper middle class, blue collar idiot, and you got Asiago cheese inside a piece of salami and the Bloody Mary with the golf course in the background. I'm gonna go clean the leaves out of my pool right now because it's 28 degrees in Las Vegas. And you said with your couples last night, I'm dealing with all kinds of people. But I'll tell you what, one thing we'll leave us on: good holiday cheer last night, and everyone was very, very positive about what's going to happen in 2022. And we just hope that this show that we do called Daily Fish adds more entertainment and happiness to people's lives.
And that's what we're here for. I mean, we may talk about some controversy, but we're going to talk about the positive side of things and how things are moving along and how important sports and entertainment really is to us. It ties into what's going on in the news and what's going on in society. So I agree. I'm excited. I'm so pumped.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're heading towards a year. So take us out, John, and lead us into Tuesday, buddy.
All right, folks. Just remember, Daily Fish. We are live 8 p.m. on Tuesdays, Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We come to you from Vegas and Myrtle Beach, so we're all over the place. We're going to have Ann Liguori on this week, and you can see us on YouTube. You can see us on Facebook. Just on Facebook, go to daily.fish.5. You can find us. Watch us live. We'd love to have it. If you can't watch it live, that's all right. You can watch it later. But we are there for you, and we got another great show. So we are really pumped, and you'll get a lot of good stuff that you're going to probably see tomorrow in the NFL and today in college football we're going to talk about. So join us
and
Tuesday.
Before we go, Happy New Year to all our affiliates. Happy New Year to the DBNA network. And John got us hooked up because he's a stud with his Asiago cheese with the Myrtle Beach Golf Channel. So we love all the viewers, and we're going to do our best. So John, enjoy the rest of your day. Hit it straight. Pray for me with the begging. I love you.
I always do. I beg from her too. So anyway, I love you, brother.
Shit, she'll fly you out. Are you kidding me? You're first class. The only problem is, a lot of the airlines right now, real quick, are delaying flights. You can't get on the flight. They need to get everyone in. You'll be in that dumper. Forget it, man. That's one less plane. We don't need it. Okay.
Yeah, but as long as they have a seatbelt in the toilet, I can stay there, so that's fine.
The guy reads 900-page novels on a toilet going from Cleveland to LA. Love this guy, buddy.